So in the previous lesson, you would have submitted an assessment with text. So in this one, what we're going to do is we're going to mark that one in text. So I'm going to bring up one of these stations. So there's direct text. Here we go. So that was station 5. I click to open the assignment, and this gives you a description of what the assignment's asking for. So again, it's asking to explain one topic that could apply. You could apply Jigsaw in the classroom. 6 chunks you could break this into. Okay, cool. And it needs to have a justification. So we'll open and view all submissions. And what I'm going to look for is I'm going to look for the test. So my test, Joseph test, there you go. So as you can see, here's my answer. So what you do first is you would click on grade. And I'm going to move my video up here a bit because this part, you'll need to see this corner here. So go here. And what you can do is you can click this part to bring the whole view and get rid of that preview pane. And you won't need the preview pane when you're marking text only assignments. So if we look at Joseph test account, we can click here to expand. So view the full submission of what's been written. And over here, this is where you can see the comment. So you might have a student saying, oops, I didn't finish my answer, can you reopen? Now, one way that you can reopen is by failing the student. It'll automatically reopen. Now let's pretend that that comment's not there and we're just marking based on this assessment. So in this area, this is the area that you would use to grade. So note here, note to marker, you must provide feedback of the submission, commenting on the following. What has met the outcomes. So if we look here, cool. What is missing and how the submission could be improved. So if I click here, I can see the model answers. And what you'll notice here, model answers will be open in a new tab. So the model answers, candidate, describe topic to use, Jigsaw, describe 6 chunks of information. Cool. So we'll close that window and look back at the mark. So if we look here, candidate describe topic to use Jigsaw. So if we look at the topic, I use the topic for Moodle. Cool. Candidate describe the 6 chunks of information. So this includes 1, 2, 3 chunks. So no, I did not meet that requirement. Candidate justified reasons for topic being appropriate. Nope. And candidate justified, logical and clear. That requirement in itself is not logical and clear. So we'll just say no. And then what you'll say is you'll put in the feedback comments. So you might say, hi, still a bit of work needed here. Please revise your answer. And then what you can do once you're happy with your grading, so I've clicked yes, that I've met that, no, and no, and I've put in my feedback. I'll click on save changes. So this is me back in the test account, just to see what it will look like for student. So if the student, once the student's marked, you'll see that there's a red cross here, and that's telling us that it hasn't passed, and that work is needed. And you'll notice in the progress bar it'll show as red as well. So if I click on the Jigsaw method, I can scroll down, and what it's telling me here is that this is now my second attempt, and the reason for that is because it's been reopened, which means I can submit again. That's saying it's not graded, and my due date and the time remaining, but if I scroll down, this is my previous attempt. So this is where I needed to make improvements. And this is my first submission I made. This is what I wrote. This is the comments that were associated on here. And so this is the feedback. This is the feedback that has been received, along with the feedback comments. And over here you'll notice it indicates who graded the work. Now, just as a FYI, you would see this because you have the teacher rights, but as a student, the students won't see this part, all they'll see is this rubric here. And so that's how you mark a written assignment.